from Dallas to Atlanta, it's contingent on this, that the Hawks will select Luka Doncic with a third pick. They will send him to Dallas. And if Trae Young is still there at number 5, and he's expected to be, Memphis is focused on Jaren Jackson at 4. Trae Young will go from the Dallas Mavericks at 5 to the Atlanta Hawks at 3.
All right, Woj told us as we started our draft coverage to watch for this. Apparently the Hawks and the Mavericks have an agreement, but it's the Hawks who will be making the selection here.
With the 3rd pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Luka Doncic from Ljubljana, Slovenia, and Real Madrid.
Man, it has been quite a couple of days for Luka Doncic. We saw him hugging his mother there. As Trae Young now sits and waits. We expect from what Woj just told us that Luka will be on his way to Dallas in the heir apparent as the franchise cornerstone after Dirk Nowitzki. As Woj pointed out, his contingent on Trae Young still being there and ultimately winding up with the Hawks. But this player is a guy internationally who is as proven and as scouted as any international player we've had. NBA draft expert and scout extraordinaire Mike Schmitz is with us. You believed Luka should have been the number 1 overall pick, Mike.
To me, Luka Doncic is the best basketball player in this draft, the childhood prodigy who's lived up to the hype. Has a perfect game suited for the modern NBA. 6'8", 230 pounds. His game really pops in transition. Now, he's not a Ben Simmons caliber athlete, but there's that same type of excitement when he attacks the defensive rebound and pushes in the open floor. In the half court, he's a tactician in pick and roll. He's outstanding using both sides of the floor, extremely creative with his deliveries. To me, he's the best passer in this draft. We haven't seen a guard who can pass the ball out of ball screens like him in quite some time. Then he's a fearless shot maker. I was at this game in Belgrade, game on the line, late clock, game-winning pull-up 3. He's fearless. He creates space with step backs going left, going right. He's a big-time shot maker, has no fear, and we haven't seen a prospect like Luka Doncic at 19 years old, EuroLeague MVP, ACB MVP. To me, this is an absolute steal for the Dallas Mavericks. They're getting a guy who could potentially be the best player from this draft.
That is the proposed trade that would send Doncic on to Dallas. You see Mike speaks glowingly of Doncic. There are very few who believe that he's going to be a bust. Billis and Mike have both talked about Doncic perhaps being the guy with the highest floor. He is among the highest drafted international players of all time, the 5th international player ever to be drafted in the top 3. Now, you've probably seen this stat all day.
Goes through, according to Woj, you will actually be headed to Dallas. So let's talk through that and how much communication have you had with the Dallas organization?
Yeah, I've been talking to them, I've been talking to a lot of teams, but especially Dallas, they've been talking to me. They were so nice to me. And I'm glad, I'm just happy to be in the NBA, I'm just happy to be a part of that.
Now, Luka says that the only reason he hasn't heard anything is he doesn't have internet here in the States yet, so he hasn't heard from any coaches or any organization. But you have been a pro in the EuroLeague. How do you think that will compare to your pro career in the NBA?
I mean, I have a lot of ex-NBA players in my team. I play against a lot of ex-NBA players, and I have some great teammates, and they taught me so much, and especially the NBA players, they've been talking to me about NBA like the whole year, They know I was coming, so I think I'm prepared.
All right, well, thanks for your time, Luka. Congratulations.
Thank you.